How's it going, bookworms? Filmsters, I'm Katana and welcome back to another BVM. It's a new year, new videos, new chances to succeed, new chances to fail. The same crap from last year, except but this time, we have a bit more knowledge. So, I thought that we could start off this year by reviewing a book that some consider to be the first young adult dystopian. I don't know how accurate that statement is, but reading it on my own, it does feel like a work of its time. The City of Ember by Jean Duprat. Let's read. My own synopsis can never live up to the book's brilliantly crafted prologue. The city was created by these ancient figures called builders. They designed Ember to last for at least 200 years until it starts to fall and falter. The builders made plans with a box of instructions so when the time comes, the citizens of Ember would know exactly what to do next. The instructions were passed down from mayor to mayor, but by the year of the 7th mayor, he dies of sickness and ruins the cycle. The box becomes lost in some closet and leaves the future of Ember in doom without any plan and slowly waiting for the eventual darkness. In a city that's dying of light and hope, two 12-year-old kids hold the power to change their fate. And these are the only two I'm going to talk about because honestly the other characters aren't given enough attention to escape that one-dimensional threshold. Lina Mayfleet is one of the city's messengers who exchange news and information between people because phones are non-existent. I know, scary thought. Living with her infant sister Poppy and very senile grandmother, Lina's a vocal and expressive child who gets her way, tackles her objectives with glee, and doesn't shy away from judging those around her. The aspects of her determination are shown strongly through her work and later when she begins working on the instructions. At times, her actions can come off as selfish, but her character is well written and accurately reflects her age. Untitled Harrow though has a passion that really caught my eye. He's like the Lorax, he speaks for the light. His motivation is to save this city from dying out. Originally he was supposed to be a messenger but trades with Lina to work in the depths of the pipeworks where the real problems are. But it's a real shame when his passion and motive is toned down once he starts becoming Lina's second-hand man. His want to solve all the problems in his city is still there, just overshadowed by Lina's lively nature. There are two protagonists fighting for the same limelight. Lina just shines a bit more. But the strengths aren't in the characters, they're in the writing, and Duprat can definitely paint you a vivid image of this City of Ember. The color of rust and golden brown painting every street, the continuous blackouts and faltering generator to showcase the deterioration, the time to show people losing hope and fearing for the worst, and piles upon piles of junk and scraps and supply rations in every home and shop. Hand to God, that's my vision of Ember, as clear as day. The details could get into the habit of being a tad repetitive, but I look at that with the idea that this is all they know. This is what they grew up with for 200 years, a dim world engulfed by the everlasting darkness. And the way this book handles backstory deserves some recognition. Not everything is dumped into the prologue or first two chapters. Information about the city's history or the instructions is sprinkled through different portions of the story. Each chapter paces itself with clues, increasing towards the end until the book's final twist. For the average impatient reader, it may seem slow, but for those craving a good mystery, especially those at a young age, it's not that bad. And the best part of all, no romance. Oh my god, a boy and girl working together on a problem and it doesn't end with smooches or snow? It's possible. Take a lesson, future young adult novelists. People can still be of the opposite gender and work together without involving the hormone monster.
Are you filling out a form?
No, I'm just drawing a picture of a unicorn.
Oh, you have a sweet side.
Butt fucking Mr. Clean.
Now I'm not saying this book is flawless, it does have its problems, but nothing too major and just a bit nitpicky. For one, there were moments when some scenes aren't given the time they deserve to be taken seriously and come off as rushed. One is when Lina and her friend Lizzie get into a bit of a fight. The dialogue escalates into shouting and they get physical by pulling on each other's hair, but then it just ends abruptly and they go about their business like it didn't just happen. The book explains how they used to kid fight all the time, but I couldn't sense that from the pacing of that scene. And there's a more awkward scene with Lina and Dune working together and Lina brings up something very tragic out of nowhere. There wasn't any build up, she just says it. And I honestly feel like Dune himself felt that awkwardness too because he just didn't know what to do. Lina ambushed him and Duprat had to write him sympathetic for a split second. And then it goes back to the plot as if it never happened. You know what? Let's just forget we had this conversation. What are we talking about? Oh yes, problems. And I have some beef with this whole education system. A lot of people compare this to The Giver, probably because of the way jobs are chosen for these kids by adults. But The Giver is a utopia with higher ups choosing the perfect job each kid is qualified for based on their attributes. The City of Ember is a dystopian, the complete opposite, meaning that their way of choosing is utter and complete crap. It's so topsy-turvy. I mean, you have these kids studying all year for like their dream job or what they want to do, apparently. I don't know what exactly they study, but by graduation, all that effort is just tossed into a hat that you're going to pick randomly what your job is going to be for the next 3 years. I mean, what kind of piss poor management, job management is that? Like, what the fuck? Oh, God. So yeah, the education is faulty and some few moments will make you question the pacing, but overall, it's a good start for kids. With stories like Hunger Games or Maze Runner, it doesn't compare with complexity and action. It's a simple tale about two kids trying to save their city. It doesn't take much risk and goes through its plot normally, which again, I would recommend for anyone getting into the world of young dystopian novels. It's an okay read, suitable for the right audience. And that's my take on the book. Now let's see this city come to life. Sit back and relax as we venture into this 2008 adaptation, City of Ember. So the movie begins with the prologue from the book, with the scientists and engineers coming together to plan the city and pretty much ruin the twist of the entire society. I mean, wow! Not just the first scene, but the first 2 lines of the entire movie. For the sake of surprises, I won't say. Anyone could probably guess what it is. It's not that hard, but that's what was great about the book. This world seems so imaginative and unique that you aren't spending your time thinking about the obvious. But continuing on, the prologue stays on course. The box is created with written instructions to be read in 200 years and is passed down from mayor to mayor. But by the 7th mayor, he dies and the box, mistaken to be unimportant, is tucked away until the day it finally opens, and several years after that. So aside from the book's one main reveal, it's pretty faithful. The movie flies over to our leading male, Barrow Harrow, who's twice his age from the book. The story is run by 12-year-olds, which I thought was great to see how such a young kid cared so deeply about this community. But when I saw Harry Treadaway, the first thing that came to mind was some punk fashionista on his way to art college. I mean, he's already got some fashion sense going on. I mean, bright yellow with that clash of gray, what a trendsetter. We follow him to graduation day with Bill Murray as Mayor Cole. And since I'm probably going to be saying it quite a lot, I'm just going to get it all out right now. Bill Murray, perfect choice. The mayor from the book is overly pompous and formal and just someone that you can tell practices his fake smiles in the morning. With this performance, Bill Murray shows just how much of a damn he doesn't give. It's really revealing and doesn't hide what a scumbag he is, but again, the other characters weren't so complex, so this version of Mayor Cole is alright with me. Just looking into those tired eyes that scream, "You did it for the paycheck, didn't you, Billy boy?" And then we have Lina Mayfleet, tardy for graduation. And the movie did a good job grasping her hyperactive and speedy personality. Rushing through those school doors, no time to sign her name in, and sneaks through the back in time for her pledge.
Beyond Ember, the darkness goes on forever in all directions. Ours is the only light in a dark world.
Bill Murray then begins his ceremonial employment line. The movie leaves out one crucial detail that after 3 years, they'll be evaluated on their performance and whether or not they should be reassigned to another. Without that, you're to believe that they are stuck with these jobs for all eternity. Oh, Bill knows, but he's obviously lying through his teeth.
Building repair assistant.
They have a lot of fun.
Greenhouse helper.
Pedigree.
Potato peeler.
You're gonna come in handy.
And then we get to our heroes, with Lina stuck working in the pipes and Dune being the delivery boy. But pay close attention to the music behind these choosings.
I'm a pipe works labor.
You're a very fortunate girl. That is an important job. Messenger.
The music is indicating some kind of importance behind these choosings, but there's just one problem. Why do we care? It was made clear that Dune didn't want a useless job, and to him, being the messenger seemed pointless. For from Lina's introduction, all we got from her is running late for school. We never see why being the messenger is all that important. It's almost as if she was late because she was waiting for her introduction, but the camera never gave her the time of day, which caused her to be late for the next scene. Now I can't shake the image of Lina being like the next Deadpool and just fourth wall breaking her own movie. God damn it. The drama is resolved with Lina and Dune trading the jobs, with neither the book or movie clarifying that the position is secured by a piece of paper. And Lina runs back home to share the good news with her neighbor Mrs. Murdo and grandmother. Her reward? A trail of yarn leading to the disappearance of her sister Poppy. Dune, on the other hand, got a gizmajig.
I made it. Yeah, I can tell. What's it for? It's for your graduation. I mean, what does it do? You'll figure it out.
Thank you. Dune's dad actually has more to do with this movie, especially when the secrets start unraveling. But I can see where Dune's spark of helping came from, with his dad giving constant advice and words of wisdom. Looking at the small details, doing with what you got. He can even make bottle caps sound important.
There's more to a bottle cap than keeping liquid from leaking out of glass.
Really useful, Dad.
Dune is done with his talk of bottle caps, passes through a one-of-a-kind R2 ripoff, and walks into town, coming across— oh god! Okay, so Dune does have a hobby of collecting bugs, but when the book says bugs, they're actual bugs, like minuscule and feeble. I don't know who in the writing staff pitched dog-sized Mothras, but we're still 10 minutes in, so I'll accept it. As to the fantasy and all that, even though— no more of that. In another part of the city, Lina is powering her very own answering machine, and this is where I thought the movie did great in terms of modernizing. With the book, it seems as though evolution just stopped working. There was no hint of scientists or engineers around to try and improve their everyday lives. Was it really because all the brains and invented geniuses died out? But then again, kids book. So that trumps my argument. We also get the scene of Lina drawing the magical city from her dreams, and it's played up to be emotional, but not to the same degree the book presented it. For one, a lot of things are scarce in this city, color pencils no exception. It was something she really treasured, even to the point of losing her sister Poppy while a blackout happened. Having more color options than her lead pencil, the blue signifies something more than she could ever possibly imagine. This is okay too, but spoilers, the book did it better. Next day, Lina and Dune are experiencing their jobs for the first time. Lina's overqualified.
I need to tell you the rules. 1. When a customer
Gives you a message, repeat it back to make sure you've got it right. 2. Always wear the red cape so people can identify you.
And Dune is being shown the ropes by old man Saul, who's all about the traditions.
All right now, cut your name in there.
Why?
Why? In case something happens to you.
But first days don't always turn out the way you want them to.
If this is a potato, then I'm 16 and sexy.
No, not that. Although that is one sexy potato. What happens next is the girls being interrupted by a lunatic who tries escaping into the darkness. Because this movie made it illegal to escape into the darkness, as opposed to them simply not discovering portable light. With the answering machine and Dune's dad being the low-key inventor, the idea of limiting curiosity works here. First the monster mods, now this. What the hell is this becoming, Jurassic Ember? Dune's day in the pipeworks gets a little strange as well. He starts getting more curious about exploring this big bad generator waiting behind this glowing door of hell, and uses Saul's map to find another way inside. Accidentally, he finds an unmarked pathway leading to a locked door, and further down the hall finds a trap door leading into the back room of the supply store. He's caught by an ugly man named Looper and quickly thrown out of the store, almost triggering the blackout that comes afterwards. Lina and Dune find each other, exchanging the strange events in both their days. Lina hands him the horn of a Jurassic beetle before leaving, and Dune goes back down under to finally see the stress of Satan's generator. We're back with Lina on the streets, being paid to tell people about the city's longest blackout. She then returns home to her grandmother ripping the couch apart, and Poppy chewing on humanity's last hope. Aww, how adorable. There's a sharp transition into the next day with Lina delivering nothing but bad news. People don't want to go out in fear of the darkness returning. And then Looper makes a special message to the mayor himself, something about a delivery, and Lina is hopping on the case.
These pictures are of all the mayors of Ember.
I'm related to him. He was my great, I don't know how many greats grandfather.
Okay. Lina's then taken into the mayor's office, which is understandable. Gotta cash in on that Bill Murray while you got him.
Name?
Lina Mayfleet.
Mayfleet? That is a name for a messenger.
May your feet be fleet.
Oh, wait. How about, may your fleet destroy the enemy's sheep indiscreet? All lame humor aside, Lina delivers the message and goes about her day again. We get a quick scene with Dune questioning the abnormal growth of these insects, reasonable, while talking with his wise old papa.
What can you do about it? What can you do about it?
Back with Lina, she's taking a look at the box's contents without first acknowledging that this is a box of importance.
Ember. Time. Support.
Excuse me, sorry, but if I may I show you the level of difficulty between the movie's page in comparison to the book's torn page? Okay, thank you. Continue. And the movie also added in the need for a key puzzle because they knew how terribly easy it was to read this ruined page. The next day, Lina's visiting her friend Lizzie before another blackout occurs. Next scene. Lina's back home with her grandmother, confirming that she found the box. Next scene. Lina finds a missing piece in Poppy's mouth. Next scene. I hope you know where I'm going with this. This movie has a really bad pacing problem. There's little time for character development and simply checking off all the plot points. And it doesn't have the decency to do it in the right order either. I'm constantly jumping back and forth between chapters, and when I'm just starting to feel ready to analyze, it's off to a different page. Take this scene with another blackout and poor Granny Mayfleet dying in her bed. It's hard to connect with this because I was only shown flash scenes of them together, and it wasn't like the book where they actually had conversations together and created empathy for the old lady with a deteriorating mind. I would tell the movie to slow it down, but I feel like we are way beyond that point now. I'm going to go pour one out for poor Granny. Pouring out meaning a quick piss break. We'll be right back. Okay. Alright. Tank's empty, Grandma's dead, city's dying. Let's go. So now Lina and Poppy are living with Mrs. Murdo, who's surprisingly enthused about the singing, which is equivalent to their anthem and praising the almighty builders. But is now really the time?
Oh, it lifts all of our hearts. How lucky we are.
I don't feel very lucky lately.
Yeah, can't you see she's still sad about her grandma?
The blackouts worry everybody.
Or the blackouts? The only way Lina could remember her granny is by solving the torn page. With the help of Dune, they confirmed the handwriting of these ancient builders and that one of the doors in the pipes could be an exit for Ember. Dune takes her back to the locked door he found earlier in the film, now trying to unlock it, but with unexpected visitors. Saul, I think you forgot to mention the giant fucking mole running under the city. Yeah, that might have been something to be photoed down. Of course, because this movie wasn't crazy enough, it includes a chase scene with a monster non-existent in the book. Lina and Dune split up with the mole focusing on Lina. And after one, I'll admit, really cool shot, Dune tries distracting it away. It gets stuck and they escape. Their ideas are running out until Lina looks upon the carved helmet.
Mayfleet. That's my name.
The man who wore that helmet before me drowned.
Drowned.
You weren't here. There's no water but the irrigation pipes. How could he have drowned?
Okay, two things. One, her parents died of sickness and childbirth in the book. Second, the underground river was common knowledge to the people. I mean, where the hell did they think they were getting their water from? Though it does give more motivation for Lina to finish the work her parents couldn't by finding an escape. And this all seemed like the right time for Clary to explain the situation within her secret passageway.
He believed there was a way to get out of Ember. I said it was our duty to stay here and fix our problems. That it's illegal to venture out into the unknown.
Why is it illegal?
Father said...
No. Clary, bring it back. Why exactly was it illegal? Huh? Clary? Oh my god, the movie just walked away from its own question. What the hell? Clary continues to talk about Lina's dead father and hoping that she wouldn't follow in his footsteps, immediately agrees with her to give the box to the mayor in hopes he'll know the answer. This segues into Bill Murray ruffling random kids' hair for no reason and setting up a volunteer task force to figure out the mystery behind the blackouts. AKA, making other people solve his problems. Matching a circle with another circle. Lina spots Lizzie, who's obviously trying to avoid confrontation, running into some kids and dropping her bag of goodies. She says it's from her boyfriend, who comes limping over as Ugly Man Looper. We learn two things. Lizzie has a terrible taste in guys, and the limp is recognizable from the pipes when they tried breaking in earlier. Lina casually finds Dune on the job and convinces him to finish his break-in. Inside they find storeroom heaven with Bill Murray possibly wasted on set, forgetting this scene was coming up. Back home, Dune comes across Lina's answering machine and recognizes one of the voices as his own father. He confronts him about his connections with Lina's dad and reveals that there might be hope for a way out. Taking right away to singing day, Lina heads down to City Hall to talk about the mayor and his secret bunker and his storage of food, and of course the police is corrupt. Oh Bill, I love you. This is the part of the book where the villain would tell his diabolical plan about keeping things the same and avoiding change, but Bill plays it up differently. He will deny all accusations until proven guilty. He will pick his teeth with the other glass key in blissful ignorance, but things don't go his way when he tries reaching for the box. Another blackout happens and Lina makes her escape with his key. She's running through the streets while another set of guards disrupts Dune's home, trying to arrest him for treason.
They're looking for Dune Harrow. He's charged with treason against the city.
That's terrible. If it's true, he's no son of mine. Builders were wise when they said, if you have proof, you have to pursue it. There's more to a bottle cap than keeping liquid from leaking out of glass.
Now say it once, you're full of crap, but say it again. I think you're on something. So with the guards falling for Dad's distraction, Dune escapes and Lina finds sanctuary in the greenhouse, up until Mrs. Myrtle accidentally gives up the location. And then reward signs start being put up along with the destruction of the greenhouse, which seems highly unnecessary and stupid. Yeah guys, be very thorough, she could be hiding with those sexy potatoes. Clary distracts the head chief so Lina and Dune can reunite in the secret passageway. Dune recognizes this hideous contraption as one of his dad's inventions and Lina connects the dot.
His voice is in your answering machine.
But your dad's name is Loris.
Barrow Harrow. It's his nickname.
You're the boy. That means our parents were trying to escape together.
They're trying.
Did they really need some past connection to work on this together? The book just had his two kids concerned for their city. You know what? Doesn't matter. Dune starts piercing through the dirt until they reach some layer of garbage and connect the two glass keys together. I swear to God, I'm not pulling your leg, that's it. That's the scene. Why didn't they just do it in the secret cove where it was already safe? I don't know. To show off a drill. Who knows? They're ready to head back into the pipes, but Lina needs to collect Poppy from the safety of the singing cult and into the dangers of mole-infested pipeworks. They get to the generator and try figuring out how to open it. The keys don't work, Saul is old. Lina eventually figures it out by standing in the center, matching a circle with another circle. I can't believe this actually happened again. And I can't believe that actually worked. Banging on the lockers, one of them peels off the wall, revealing to be a boat. They turn some wheel to start production, and I'm just gonna speed this up because it's glorified for a bit until the generator door opens. They get a quick demonstration of the boat's route to escape, but is smashed due to low water pressure. It is then they realize that the glass keys work for the emergency control room. Inside, they consciously bring a child into this death trap, and when they reach the top, unmask the tower of this industrial control system. You know, Lina said this was simple.
The builders were smart. They would have made it simple.
No, quite the opposite from simple. The book was simple with just a key, ladder, candles, and matches. Okay, that was simple. This is just a movie trying to reach the 90-minute mark. The kids are working the knobs, and of course something goes wrong with one of the water wheels, which quickly springs Saul into action. Dune goes out to meet him, only to see that he's banging the outer edge of the real problem.
How do you know that's what you should do? It's my job!
Saul, you had one job. Dune gives him a metal rod and unrealistically gets the wheel working again. Working too hard, in fact, as some light bulbs are blowing up in town square. Lina, Poppy, and Dune start getting ready for their escape with a final typhoon splash into the unknown, and Bill Murray is running from his problems. And Looper.
You said!
The kids continue their journey through the wildest log ride of their lives and end up at the exit. Greeted with a forgotten sign and portable lights, the kids traverse the stairs leading to the light. They go through all this man-made stuff obviously meant to be discovered years ago until reaching outside, realizing that they've been underground this entire time.
Oh my god, what a twist! You never saw this coming! Jesus Christ! Stupid movie ruined the first 5 minutes! What's the actual
With color returning to the world, they find a hole looking down on the City of Ember. They decide to send a message down, reaching the completely wrong person. It was supposed to be Mrs. Myrtle, but just about anyone would do. As they walk away from their burrowed home, the City of Ember comes to an end.
This movie wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It did respect the setting, and it did add a little more, while also staying faithful. But overall, the book delivered a better time with the story.
I think the mixed reviews this movie got are justified. There were some stuff that I thought worked. The giant mutant bug and animals were welcome in such a bizarre setting as this, but there could have been more explanation behind that. Bill Murray was probably the most entertaining thing in this movie for me because I just like seeing this performance, and he really wasn't that bad playing the selfish mayor. And although some shots were a little meh, some were actually cool and unique to me.
So yeah, the movie has its good and bad, but one thing for certain why I chose the book, the details are everything.
There's no question that this movie really rushed through all of its scenes to reach the end with them escaping their underground city. Basic stuff like Lina's reasoning for becoming the messenger or the meaning behind that colored pencil was left out and stripped a bit of character from her. But what really sold me on the City of Ember was the way it was described. Each day you could read how devastating the situation was getting, how people were not coming out, how the supply stores were getting rowdy. Yes, you got it here, but nothing of the same degree the book depicted.
This is a story that you really need to read to get the experience because the movie couldn't pace itself to capture that.
Right now, my vision of Ember I had from reading is a lot more interesting than what the movie created. I could see a river chilling by the sewers, golden light bulbs illuminating the streets, clusters of junk in every corner. This book opened my imagination to new heights. The movie was more focused on getting through the story than taking the time to understand how creative this world was. So for that, the book wins, no question.
And with that said, those are my final thoughts on the City of Ember. And if you don't agree, you can read the book, watch the movie, and make your own opinions. I'm Katana, and I'm gonna go play with this bottle cap because apparently this is what I do with my free time. I'll see you guys in the next review. Take care. Bottle cap, boom, bottle cap.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching this review. It would mean the world if you shared this video around, and if you haven't already, click the subscribe button so you won't miss any future reviews. Thought this world was a bit dark? Well, brighten up your day with my Christmas special on the Polar Express. Got a book/movie review you'd like to see me do one day? Leave suggestions in the comments down below and I'll be sure to check them out. If there's anything this movie taught me, is to be more respectful to bottle caps and dig around my backyard until I find an underground city. One of those things I could probably do. Later guys.